Hey y'all, hey, I'm Ashley and this is for Dizzy Birds. Today's video is April week 2 of Saving with Friends. So we are going to get into our Save with Friends binder, make some progress towards a large debt payment at the end of the month, and of course we'll wrap our video up with Survivor. So if you want to see if we survive another week, go ahead and stick around, grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get to it. Hey y'all, happy Saturday. I hope you're having a fabulous weekend so far. Yesterday we had some weather here in Oklahoma, but luckily in my area we kind of missed all of it. It was mostly just rain, so I hope those of you who did get hit by some tougher stuff, including hail, came out okay. And this weather in the spring is pretty normal for our area, so we're quite used to the tornado warnings and the hailstorms and all of that, but it doesn't make it any easier or any less expensive to take care of when something like that happens. So I hope everyone had an okay Friday evening as far as the weather goes. Okay, so I love the Saturday because that means our weekend is officially kicked off and it is time to do all our weekend stuff, one of which is filming. So I'm excited to get into Save with Friends. It is the second week of April, as I mentioned in the intro. Our last paycheck was our first one for April, even though April technically just started this week. So in my Budget With Me series that I will do in tomorrow's video, I will let you know where we are budget wise and kind of walk you through the process of budgeting this week's funds. But today is all about having fun with friends, playing games, and saving for debt. So we're going to get on into it. So I have a typical amount. It started to come together as a typical amount. It's about $115. It is exactly $115 here that I put towards this binder, with the exception of Survivor, which is set out by itself, the $10. So it's actually $125 that we're saving today. But 115 goes towards everything but Survivor. So we're going to get into our Save with Friends. We're going to skip right over Mr. Survivor because that comes next. And y'all, it is time. This week, it is my game, my week. So I'm hoping I survive my own game. So I was watching someone else play it, Maddie over at Floating Funds, and it was stressing her out. So I feel bad that my game was so stressful for those of you who found it stressful. All right, let's start up with a scratcher. We have April's fresh start and her yearly saving through the year. We are working on our April saver. Let's get our scratcher out here. It says 1, so we're going to scratch up here in the corner, and that is a 5. We are going to roll one more time. 3, 1, 2, 3 down here in this corner. Oh, wow. We overspent a little bit. We usually budget about $8 per week on this one, but that's okay. We just flex where we need to. So 5 and 7 means we're putting a whole $12 this week towards this one. It all comes out in the wash. But overall, this one's going to save us $30 in the end by the end of the month. And we always put that towards a debt payment. And y'all, I made a big debt payment after our March roundup and paid off quite a bit of debt. I didn't go into the specifics, but I did take that money. I don't remember the amount right off the top of my head, but it was a large amount, and it was very nice to make that payment. All right, so $12 going in today. So far, we have $10, $15, $16, $17, $18, and $19 of our $30, with a couple weeks to go. I think we actually have, the way we've done the budget this month, we're going to have 3 weeks more to go on this one. So we're going to definitely get those done. All right, up next, monthly savings with Rock's budget and her cute monthly saver. Let's roll to see which one we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here on the left. That's a friendly one. That's good. We needed that after spending $12 on the last one. All right, let's be nice here. 1, 2, and 3 brings us over here. That's a 3. We can do that. All right, so 12 on the last one and 4 on this one. And we will call that good for this week. 1, 2, 3, and 4. and let's pull it out to see where we are. This one will save us 30 as well. And so far for this month, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 11 out of the 30. So we still have some numbers under there. Okay, up next is Playing with Friends, Save with Judy. So we're going to get out our book and our pencils, and we are going to color another gnome for this month. Let's set that aside there. Grab our book. All right, Judy, where are you? There, you're up here. All right, there's our little gnomey friends. We're going to color in this cute little bunny rabbit one. How sweet is that? All right, I think we're going to stick with the pink theme. And I will just color while I talk to you about what's been going on this week. Nothing too crazy. We are preparing to go to an Easter get-together at my sister's house up north of the state. And do an Easter egg hunt with the kiddos. So that's always fun. We're doing that tomorrow. So I've got to get all my filming done today. So I'm a little bit of a hurry on that. On the library room, I finally chose and ordered my cabinet hardware that I was looking for. I wanted a very specific look. I'm going for a vintage feel, like as if the library had been there long before the house was actually built, because it's a new build. So I'm going with kind of a Victorian feel in my library. So I found the perfect hardware for that, I think, and I'm excited about that. And so I got that in, and so today, after I'm done filming, hopefully I have enough time. I've got a little more painting to do, and then I will be putting that hardware on the cabinet, so all the doors and drawers will have handles. So we're getting very close on the cabinetry being done in that room, and very close to being able to put all of my precious books onto the shelf. So I'm looking forward to that. Work was a good week. It was good. It was productive. Nothing too crazy to report there. Just a normal old week of busy meetings and running around, and that's the way I like it. Makes the week fly by. Yeah, that's the excitement of my life. Other than the weather last night possibly popping off, we really just kind of had a quiet week. And luckily the weather did not give us any trouble, so we came out okay on that. How was y'all's week? What did you guys do? Anything fun to report? Do you have any fun plans for Easter? Comment down below. Let me know what you're doing. I like to read what you guys are doing, and I like to know that you're watching and get to know y'all a little better. Anyways, it was a pretty okay week. I am really looking forward to getting that library done, though. I want to move on to the next step, because we are just, I realized this morning, just weeks away really from our camping season starting, and I have not done anything to get ready for camping season. We need those new tires on the truck, and that's going to be an undertaking. We're finished saving for that and get those put on the new tires on the truck, and we've got to get the camper out of storage and get her de-winterized, and she's been hanging out all winter long in storage, so we've got to make sure she's ready to go for the camping season. And we will head out on our first camping trip in June to the lake. So looking forward to that, but also kind of thinking in the back of my head, there's so much to do and we're not even close. So I got to get those tires taken care of, and that's not going to be cheap. That is definitely going to be an expensive purchase, but we definitely need it for the safety of the trip. So anyways, I'm kind of always kind of dread a little bit all the work that goes into getting ready to camp. I really like to be on the camping trip, but I don't necessarily like all the work that goes into getting it ready. So, or the travel stresses me out a little bit, but I don't know what I'm doing with this gnome here. I apparently need some more colors because I don't think I have all the colors I can envision here. We're gonna have a purple beard on this gnome, and our little bunny is done. Okay, so this, we're going to call this, let's see, who is, oh, so it's not a girl because it has a beard. So let's call him Frank. This is Frank. Y'all, I need some better names. Frank the bunny. There he goes. Okay, so we said we were going to do this for this page. We're doing $10 per gnome this time around. Again, when we're done with the whole page, we will put this towards a large debt payment whenever we're done. So that's going to be a couple of months. We're going to put this in now. We've only colored in 2 gnomes, so we know that we have saved $20. And then we're also working on this one here. Save with Judy. We have a cute little bunnies for April that we're going to color in here. Okay, for $5 per icon. We're just going to do 1 icon a week. I do think we have 5 weeks to this month the way our budget works out. So we're going to be able to just do 1 icon per week. It should work out just fine. We're doing pink bunny with purple ears, and I'm doing a terrible job of coloring. Terrible job of coloring. All right, so $5 going in there, and we will be all done with Save with Judy. We are not pulling this one every month. This one we are saving up through the whole year because it is almost enough to cover our HOA fees. So that's what we're planning to put that towards. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, and 85 so far in that one. So almost a third of the way there. All right, up next. Oh, you know what? I know what we have next. We have our Year of Minis with Bookish Mama Budgets, which is right here. We're going to pull this card out. This will be our last month to play this card, and then we will pull this amount for a debt payment. We're doing a 4-sided dice and just, oh, and it's a 4. Of course it is. It knows it's one chance to get us. Got a lot of 4s. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see how much we've saved just rolling a d4 every week. Okay, so far 20, 40, 41, 42, 43, and 44. Not bad. That will make a nice little extra bump to a debt payment at the end of this month. So that one will go into the April roundup, and then we'll do a larger amount on the next card because we have a total of 4 cards for that challenge. Okay, it's time for the spicy cupcake chaos with Sassy Ginger Budgets. So let's get that one out. Back to our book here. Find our cupcakes. All right, so we're going to pull this because that's going to be our guide to what we're doing. And we're going to be coloring in this cupcake. At least we usually only get 1 cupcake because they are so spicy. We're going to do a total of 6 rolls with a d6, and that's going to tell us which each layer of this cupcake is going to cost and what kind of cupcake we're making. All right, so up first is a 5, which is a maple bacon. Okay, not sure what I think about that one. Not exactly exact and funny. Sound delicious to me, but I know some people like that combination. So that's 5. 1. So our filling is dulce de leche. I don't know about this. I just don't know. But we'll go with it. We're going to trust the process here. So we're up to $6 now. All right, big old spanking 6. Okay, we're at a banana cake flavor. Y'all, I'm officially going to say it. No thanks. No thanks on this. So this was 5. This was 1. So 6. We're at $12 already. And now it is time to find out what color our frosting is going to be. For we are going to do a green cupcake. Okay, green it is. Green it is. Let's do a dark green. We haven't really done a dark green yet. Yeah, we'll do this one. All right, so a banana cupcake, dulce de leche filling, and maple bacon frosting. Anybody signing up for that cupcake? What do you think? Let me know down below. I am thinking no. Thinking no. But who knows? Everybody has their own, taste. That's just, it's not striking my fancy. All right, so we are at 12 plus 4, so we are at 16 so far. And I am going to double check that. Okay, so with a banana, we're going to color the cake part yellow. Lots of green and yellow. All right, now we need to find out our sprinkle colors. So let's roll again. 1 is going to be green. Okay, so we need a different color of green for sure. Let's do this lighter color here. We color our little heart, always the color. Yeah, this is an interesting looking cupcake. Green, yellow. I don't know about these flavors. All right, so that was 16, 17. And then last up is to find out our wrapper color, 2, which is purple. All right, purple it is. We will color in this beautiful purple wrapper, and then we will double check because I just lost the number in my head. I always try to add it up, but I do kind of a terrible job. I'm talking too much, and it's hard to add and keep numbers in my head while I'm talking. All right, so we have a purple wrapper. Okay, let's double check. So maple bacon is 5, plus dulce de leche makes 6, plus banana is 12, plus green is 4, so that's 16, plus green is 1, so that's 17, plus purple is 2, so that's 8, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, $19 for this lovely, questionably delicious cupcake. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So $19 going in to this one today for cupcake. And we are almost done with our second roll. We just got one more to go. We'll see next week. If we ever get one that's not too spicy, we would do a second one. But so far, they've been pretty spicy. All right, let's see how much we have saved so far and why I keep putting these in backwards. I don't know. All right, so far for Cupcake Chaos just this month, because we've been pulling the amount at the end of the month. So 10, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, and 37. $37. Let's see. Should we trade this in for a 20? Yes. And then maybe this in for a 10. I know I was kind of backwards the way I just did that. And then this for a 5. I want to make sure we have enough of the smaller denominations for the other games that we're playing. All right, so 20, 30, 35, 36, 37. All right, $37 so far just for 2 cupcakes. Some spicy cupcakes, y'all. But they are super fun. This, again, Sassy Ginger Budget was a freebie on her Ko-fi. I am having so much fun with this coloring and building cupcakes. All right, up next, I believe we are going to... Yep, it's time for Budget Love Match with Agape Book Club. So let me get everything set up. And you know, I like to fast forward for it because there's so many little pieces. So hang tight. All right, y'all. Okay, we are ready to start playing here. Okay, y'all. I'm having so much fun with this, especially since I don't have to date anymore. I don't have to do it. I get to just live vicariously through these lovely ladies and gents. Okay, so we have our little lovely heart dice ready to go. And we're going to flip over first and find out who our singles are. So, we've had this young lady, this artist, painter lady. She's gone on one date. And then, we've had this librarian here as well. And then third and final is a new single. Looks like maybe she's a florist. Maybe she works in a floral shop. Very nice. Okay. And then we have our stack of heartthrobs here. We have our action cards. We're going to find out whether or not they're going to make it up here. Okay, we're going to flip over. Oh, this gentleman, this businessy guy, we're going to swipe left on him. We are not interested this week. We have I just call him the sad gamer. I think he lost his game. We're going to swipe left on him this week. This guy looks like he is a lot of fun. Oh, but we're swiping left again. Bummer. All right. Okay, we are swiping right here on this gentleman. He looks like maybe he's a writer. I kind of see writer vibes for him. But I don't know what he does. We'll have to find out on our date. And then we have this businessy gentleman here. We're also going to swipe right on him. So he's going to go up here into spot number 2. And then we have this guy. He's hard at work as well. We're going to, swipe left. He's too busy to go on a date. Oh, no, Mr. Feelsy here. He is thinking about his life, contemplating thoughts. Okay, good. We're not feeling him today. He's going to be not interested. Cowboy. I don't think we've gone on a date with our cowboy friend yet. And yay, we're moving him up to number 3 today. Okay, so we've got our heartthrobs. I'm going to clean this up real super duper fast. All right, let's scoochie this down so we have a better view of what's going on. So we have our date locations here. I'm going to save our situations for later to see what happens. But let's flip over our dates here. Ooh, we have a baseball game. Nice. We have the movies, always a solid choice. And then we have the line dancing. Well, I mean, come on. I don't want to make assumptions here, but I'm pretty sure our cowboy is wanting to go line dancing. That's my thinking, anyways. Okay, let's go on our date. So how we find out, we start with our single number 1 here. We have our painter friend. We're going to roll this dice, and she's going to pick number 4, which is this gentleman here. He looks like he's got his life together. So where is he taking her? He's not taking her line dancing. I think he's going to take her to the movies. That's what I think. Okay. So this gentleman is taking this young lady to the movies. Let's find out what their situation is. All right. So your date spilled his drink on you. He does not look like the kind of guy that would spill his drink. All right. Save $4, I guess, if you roll odd. But if you roll even, he doesn't do that. So save $2. All right. So let's find out. No way. There's no way this guy spills a drink on her. Okay. He did though. All right. So the date itself, this is a little bit of a spicier date here, guys, price wise. All right. So our heartthrob is worth 8. So we put that in here. And then because he's clumsy tonight, we're adding $4. So their date is a total of 12. $12 for this date. Okay, so 10, 11, 12. We'll set that over here. All right, so now we're going on to our second single. Let's find out who she's going on a date with. She's going out with the cowboy. Love it. Okay, this is kind of how I saw it happening anyways in my head. So the librarian is going out with our cowboy. And of course, he is taking her line dancing. Sorry if that is too on the nose. All right. Their situation is either he keeps talking over her and we have to save $5, or we roll even and he doesn't do that. He's a perfect gentleman. All right. So, oh no, these guys today. He's talking over her. She's not feeling it. She's obviously quiet. She likes to read. She likes to listen, but he's not listening to her. So the cowboy himself is $13. His bad behavior costs us $5. See, we are at $18. I need to get change. We are running out of money really, really quick because of this dating situation. All right, so 10, 5, 16, 17, 18. I feel like last week went a lot better. Bummer. All right, our last single, we need to roll and find out who she's going with, and it looks like she's going with this gentleman, but this time he's taking to a baseball game and he is being very careful with his drinks. Okay. Your date was 30 minutes late with a lame excuse. I refuse to believe this gentleman shows up late with a lame excuse. All right, if we roll odd, we have to go with that. If we roll even, he doesn't do that. Thank goodness. All right, so we rolled even, so he didn't do that. All right, so 8 for our heartthrob. He showed up on time and he took her to a baseball game, and I'm going to say she looks like she had a great time. Okay, and since he didn't show up late, he's only $2, so a total of $10 for this lovely date here. All right, y'all, this was a spicy situation. Let's find out how much this dating fiasco cost us this week. And only really one good turnout. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and $40. Yikes. Okay, so we just do not have a whole lot left for our last category, but that's okay. We're gonna worry about that in a minute. That is future Ashley problem. All right, $40 going in today to what we already have in here. 10, 20, 30, 40. 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Goodness, Greta, this is a fun game, but it's going to be a good save this month. All right, so we pull this every month as well and put that towards our debt. Give me just a second. I'll fast forward as I try to clean up my mess. All right, now we're ready to go on to the last little bit, which is our Ultimate 2026 book from Pam Champion. We have less money than we normally do, but that's okay because we have 5 weeks this month to get our stuff done. So we're going to be okay. Okay, so I have $5 here for this that we need to do. This is our $5 per Saturday. So that starts us off right there. Let's see what else we have in store. Moving on to April, we have quite a few scratchers on this. I have no idea what's underneath them, no indication whatsoever. So we have to be careful. We have about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and $16 is all we have left. All right, so let's roll our D6. It says we're going to go 1, 2. Right here. Oh, of course it's an 8. Oh, no. All right, that may be the only thing we're scratching today, y'all. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Should we scratch one more? I feel like we should scratch one more. Come on, be nice to us. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 4, which is not an 8. So, okay, 12 it is total. All right, we just don't have a whole lot left. We're gonna have to get some change here. Yeah, we're gonna have to get some change. That dating game got us this week. All right, $5. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see, what do we have on this page? Okay, so we have our Easter double dice, which can be spicy only if, let's see, if we were to get this, we would have an IOU. If we already got this one. So really the only danger we have is this one. What are the chances? All right. Listen, I know I'm asking for trouble. Pink along the top, purple down the side. Anything but double ones. Oh, all right. Scared me there for a minute. Pink along the top, purple down the side means we are right here with 2. 1 and 2. And y'all know I am not about to have an IOU on this book. Not happening. So we have 2 left. Let's see. We're going to cheat. We're going to cheat because I am not doing the IOU sort of situation. We have $2. Let's just grab a 2 anywhere here. Let's do this one. All right, $2 going in. So for this week, for our Ultimate 2026 box, and we're going to trade this in for some smaller bills because that's a lot of ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Trade that in for a 10. And then trade that in and this in for a 20. So we ended up only putting $21 this week in here. That's not normal for this one. So luckily, I think I said we have 5 weeks in this month's pay period. So we're going to be able to make up the difference if dating doesn't go so roughly next week. All right, let's see what we have in here so far after the first and second week. Luckily, we did a lot better last month or last week on this one. So we still have a good amount going in. All right, so 20, 40, 60, 65, 66, 7, 8, 9, and 70 even. That's not bad. That's going to be a good debt payment, even with just 2 weeks. Okay, all right. That dating kind of threw me for a loop. Y'all, it's time. I can't put it off anymore. It's time for Survivor, and it is my week. I should be excited about this, but I'll be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. I am nervous that I'm going to fail my own game. Not going to lie, I'm really nervous about that. All right, so where we are, I do believe Lacey with Blue Kiwi budgets may be eliminated. And I'm trying to remember who the other one was. Darn it. I'm having a hard time. So, sorry to fail you there. I know we had 2 go this week. 2 that were possibly eliminated due to the week before nobody was. So it's getting crazy. I know that Lacey with Blue Kiwi budgets was one of them. And it was Michelle with Hustle and Flow Co. So I don't know if they're going to use their saves. We'll have to wait and see. But currently, those are the 2 that are up for eliminating after we did Teacher Mom Budgets Challenge. So let's go and find out how my game is going to go and if I'm going to be embarrassed because I failed my own game. All right, so I've already started watching a few people who are playing this, and I apologize in advance, or I apologize, guys, that it is stressing people out. I see why it's stressing people out. I personally love Shut the Box, but it's not always nice to me. It is not always nice, so I get it. I'm hoping it's going to be nice to me today. We're doing it is essentially Shut the Box. The only difference was that we made the decision that since my instructions said 2 dice, you have to use 2 dice the whole time. Now, the goal is to obviously shut the box. The lower the number, the better. And our elimination rules are if you get a number that is 7 or less, then you lit the fire. And you have 3 chances to light the fire. So if you do it on the first one, you don't have to keep going. Do it on the second one, you don't have to keep going. The whole point is to get at least one answer over here that's 7 or less, and then you have lit the fire and you are safe. Okay, so let's see how this works out for me. Okay, so first up, 6. We're gonna go with the 6 because that's the bigger number. Oh, come on, don't feel that's another 6. Of course it is. Let's do 5 and 1. I'm probably going to severely regret that. 7. Okay. So far. All right. Let's get an 8 or a 9 on here. 3. That's not an 8 or a 9, but we'll take it. All right. 8 or 9. How about a 5? don't have anything I can do there. Okay, so see what I mean? Not nice to me. All right, so now we add up the ones that I wasn't able to cross off. So that is 17, 21, goodness gracious, 22, 23. Yikes. Well, I definitely did not light the fire on that one. Goodness. Okay, here we go. Try number 2. Okay, we're starting off on a better spot here with a 9. Cannot fail my own game. 6. 10. Do we want to do the 7 and the 3 or the 8 and the 2? Let's go with the 8 and the 2 for just the strategy of the larger number. Ooh. 8? Of course. Okay. So for 8, we have a 5 and a 3 or a 7 and a 1. And I feel like we should do the 7 and the 1. All right. We're doing a little bit better here. We still got a little ways to go. 5. Okay. Here's the deal. So right now, that's only 7. So I've technically lit the fire, but let's see if we can get 7. Not 7. Okay, so there we go. I lit the fire. On number 2. I'm not even trying to go for the 3rd time just for out of curiosity. I passed my own game. And I was just gonna cry so hard if I didn't pass my own game. All right, so we survived another week. Thankfully, since it is my game, I am happy. I hope you all play that game and have as good of a try as I did. Okay, so $10 is what we set aside for Survivor because we save 10 if we fail and 5 if we pass. So it's kind of like a penalty for losing. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, $95 so far in Survivor. We have not been pulling that. And then we have an extra $5 that can go towards any of our other savings challenges that we plan to play this week. I'm going to put it towards Saveopoly because that one is always the spiciest, I think. So I'm going to put that right in here for Saveopoly, which will happen next video on Sunday. So we'll have an extra little bonus there since we were able to survive on Survivor. Yay. Okay, we lit the fire, y'all. I hope everyone else on my team has as much luck as I did and enjoys playing the game and doesn't hate me too bad for it being too stressful. All right, y'all. That's going to wrap it up for Saving with Friends for the day, for the week. And I will catch you in the next video, which will be our Adult with Me. We're going to budget. We're going to do the 2026 box. We're going to do our month ahead. We got all kinds of fun stuff and some Christmas savings. So don't miss the next video. If you wouldn't mind, give me a like or a comment down below. Let me know you're watching. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing because we're trying to grow our channel and we're getting so close to that 1,000 subscriber goal. I hope y'all have a great rest of your Saturday, and I will catch you in the next one. Y'all hang in there. Bye.